All right, today we are going to do a quick comparison video of the Upper Park Designs Rebel disc golf bag. We have the original version 1, the second version, and then the new Rebel, which is the version 3 that they just came out with. One of the changes right off the bat you'll notice is the logo on the bottom center. So when you fold up the front section, you kind of lose this logo, obviously. You still have the logo down on the bottom, which is nice. Another change that they actually made for the new version 3 is they went from black zippers to colored zippers. Really kind of just adds some color to it, makes it pop. Looks pretty nice. The next change is, if we look on this side, on the left of the bag, there's really nothing there, no D-ring. It forces me to actually use carabiners or clips or something on the handle to be able to hold a towel or anything, or any tags or anything like that. The nice thing is we have a D-ring here on the version 2 and the version 3, so we can very easily just get our towels and our tags on there. It's just a lot more convenient. Probably an oversight on the version 1, but they made it right on version 2 and 3. The next change is actually going to be on the bottom. If we look at the foot pegs are actually spread out a bit more. Version 1, a little closer to the center. Version 2 and 3, more spread out, better support and less contact with the ground. So it actually helps it lift these areas away from the ground a little bit more. Less wear and tear on the bag, getting wet and all that. So that's a nice change. Then if we look at the back, you will notice the area where the straps are sewn in of all three. The original, all the way up at the top, there's no gap there. If you look at the second, version 2, and the version 3, they've brought those down a little bit and sewn them down into this section. So that's a big change that they made for the version 2 and 3 again. I think that's mostly everything from the outside. If we go ahead and open up the bags, I'm going to go ahead and fold this one in. And I'll leave these two open. All right, so if we look at again, version 1, 2, and 3, version 1 comes with the tan or grayish tan colored Rainfly. Works well, but again, it's in this color. The new one is black. In my opinion, looks a little bit better. And it is actually a little bit wider, easier to get into than the original. So they've improved that a little bit as well. Another big change, you can kind of notice that the sides here are very, very flimsy. It kind of loses its shape depending on, what you have in the bag, even on the sides. So you can see it's very, very flexible. They've fixed that for version 2 and version 3. You can see these are very stiff. It keeps its shape very nicely. You can't squeeze on them at all. They're very stiff, and again, it's going to hold the shape for much longer. You're going to probably notice less wear and tear on the bags because of they're always going to look nice and crisp on the sides here. You're not going to get any of that bending. Finally, one of the biggest changes is the vertical pockets. You may have already noticed that these on the version 1 are lower. They're sewn in lower. Gives you a lot of empty space up here. Makes it a little bit difficult to use this bottom section because you get a lot of contact with these lower discs. And actually sometimes it can be kind of hard to get some of these discs in and out in the bottom section. So what they've done with version 2 and 3, my understanding is they've actually moved that vertical section up. And my understanding again is on the third version, they've actually tweaked it again just a little bit just to refine it some more. But overall, in the version 2, it's much better. You have a lot more clearance. You can get discs in and out easier with how these are sewn in. And the same goes for the version 3. You can see there's a good amount of discs. There's less contact when you're trying to put the discs in and out from what's in that bottom section. So again, overall, those are the main comparisons or the main differences between the 3 versions of the Upper Park Designs Rebel. Stay tuned on our channel, subscribe. We're going to have some other videos coming up, one of which will be a full review of the Rebel bag, talking all about it and how we review it and what we think about the bag compared to other things. Some things that we do like, some things that we don't like. But again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.